President Obama is going to run for re-election, of course, and he's got a problem of intensity. I told you, 84% of conservatives strongly disapprove, 64% of liberals strongly approve. That's a 20-point difference. That's gigantic, and it's very harmful to him. So he's giving a speech. He recognizes it, and he says, quote, "It's not as cool to be an Obama supporter as it was in 2008 with the posters and all of that stuff." So he recognizes it, right? So what are you going to do about it? And do you understand why that happened? That happened because you said you were going to change the system, and then you didn't change it at all. You say, "Oh, well, I worked within the system to get you a tiny bit of change." That's not what we asked for. That's not what you promised. All right, he continues. Big quote, "Big changes don't happen overnight. Come on, give me a break. What did you want? You want a change? You want a big change? No. Tiny little bit of change. Get me reelected, and I'll give you a tiny little bit more. I'll give you another taste, okay?" Now, I tell you this not just to, get on the president for not doing enough, which I don't think he has, and everybody's like, when you say that, they're like, "Oh, you're so demanding." No, I'm not. I wanted him to try. I wasn't asking for that much. I wanted him to say, hey, you know what? Can we try to remove the influence of money from politics? He didn't do that at all. What bill did he propose on that? What did he fight for in campaign finance reform? Nothing. System is exactly as it is, but he worked around the edges. Anyway, but that's not why I bring it up in this context. I bring it up in this context because a winning campaign slogan is not "big changes don't happen overnight." I'm only giving you one of the quotes here. Throughout the speech, there was like 4 different quotes where the president's like, "Well, come on, guys, it's slow, it's tough. What do you want me to do? I didn't get much done, but what can I do?" You're going to win a campaign that way? You're not going to win a campaign like that. Look, the way you win the campaign is you attack your opponent. You go after the other guy. So you have big plans. You say, "Oh, I'm coming." So if I was President Obama, even if I had the same exact record, here's what I'd say: I'm coming, okay? And we're going to go after the Republicans on creating jobs. I have a proposal to create 3 million new jobs. Some of my bitch Republicans won't let me do it. I'm coming for that, okay? And I would say tax cuts. Here's what I got for you. Tax increases for the top 1%, top 2%. And I'm absolutely insistent on it right now, not later, not if you reelect me. Right now, I gotta have it. Some of my bitch Republicans are in the way. They better get out of the way because I'm coming, okay? You do this on every issue. Medicare, they want to take away your Medicare. Here's how much of Medicare I'm going to cut. None of it. None of it. I'm coming, okay? That's how you win politics. You project strength. You don't go into a rally and say, "Change is so slow. I'm so sorry. I had to agree with the Republicans again. Oh, by the way, in a couple of weeks, when we announce our big spending cuts, we'll agree with the Republicans 90% of the way. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did so little. I'm so sorry." You ain't going to win that way. You're going to lose that way. Look at Michelle Obama. She says, "Look, I understand your frustration," she says to the crowd. And look, I have those conversations with Barack Obama. At least somebody's having it with him. Great. I'm happy to hear that. Then she says, quote, "Barack always reminds me that we're playing a long game here. He reminds me that change is slow." I got it. You're not going to do change. It's a lot of excuses for not doing any change. It's a terrible political strategy. Much more importantly, it's terrible policy. Look, George Bush and Dick Cheney got a lot of things done. Now, those were all disastrous for the country, but they made it a country that we had no business invading, and they shoved it down our throats. They made up whatever they had to, and they got it done, right? They passed gigantic, record-breaking tax cuts. Okay, did it make sense? No. Did we even win the vote initially? No. But they insisted, and they pushed, and they finally got 50 senators, and they got Dick Cheney to break the tie, and they did it. They imposed their will upon the country, and they got things done you couldn't have imagined. Then they gutted our regulatory laws and our protections, etc. But they got it done, right? They didn't say, when did you ever hear Dick Cheney say, "Oh no, but change is slow, I can't attack Iraq. Can I attack a smaller country? Can we go for Luxembourg?" No, he said, "I'm coming." Now, I didn't like his policies, and the policies were terrible for the country, but at least he had the strength to push his ideas through. On our side, we have the right policies and the wrong guys.